Love to you and to all that you love, and love to the state of being of all states of being, or God, or whatever name you want to give it. I just meditated and I'm in a pretty quiet place, so I thought maybe I'll do something. So I thought maybe I'll just give an intuitive message. Just come from a deep place and speak. See what happens. I used to channel. This isn't really channeling, but you could say I'm channeling my deeper self. So, as far as a message to your friends out there and to the world in general, since that's what you're relaying to me, I would just say that these are such crucial times, as even you have been saying for years. But it's not just that nothing is happening, it is getting more and more intense. It is getting more and more crucial. We're getting closer and closer to the head, to the moment. And people talk about the event or ascension and such in spiritual groups. But even if you're not in a spiritual, have a spiritual inclination, you could think of just look at your life, look at the world, look at society today, and you already can tell. That's why people are afraid. They're afraid because they feel it's coming to a head, something. And so it gets projected out as fear. But I just want to tell people in general that there's nothing to be afraid of, because you are not a body and you are not a brain. And yes, that's very difficult to grasp your head around, that you are not your head, your brain. And that is because you've been so brainwashed to think you are the brain, you are the body, and the only thing you have to worry about is to keep your brain healthy and your body alive and safe. But we all know we are going to die one day. We all know that we are going to suffer. Without putting it out there, we all know that. Whether it's later in life or sometime earlier in life, we know we're going to suffer. Of course we are. So, regardless of what you think of all this deep ancient teachings about you are not the ego, and you are really bliss and love and divine consciousness, you don't have to believe in that. Just believe the fact that if you focus on being a body and a brain, you are running at full speed to a dead end. And so, just logically speaking here, there has to be something else for you to focus on, because that goes nowhere. and you can logically see that. Our biggest fear is death, despite what people say, oh, I'm not that afraid, or I'm not afraid of death, blah, blah, blah. But you can't help but be afraid of death if you identify with your body. Your body's going to fight tooth and nail. It's going to trigger a reaction from the body, of course, because that's the body's job, to stay alive in this material world. And your brain is going to get triggered. So just recognize that. The average person's state of being is not sustainable. To identify with the body and the brain is not sustainable. Not just because you're going to die, but because your brain will likely degrade, your body will likely degrade. If not later in life, you'll go up and down. Certain times you'll be down, certain times you'll be healthy and up. And for you to focus your energy completely on that makes you a slave to the whims of your karma and your fate physically. And so that is what the teachings are all about, and I'm just putting it in a practical way. And so that is all I have to say. Peace and love. Alright, there you go. And I want you to know that I was not consciously aware of what I was going to say. And we can say this, we can say that, whatever. There's, as much as possible, there's nothing to say. So I'll leave it at that.